So my car was having issues for, well, the check engine light has been on for like the past year, but there hasn't been any issues, and I had it looked at twice. And both times the computer was saying there's something wrong with the second cylinder where the spark plug lays and all that stuff. And they looked at it and they said everything's functioning normally, it's all in sync, everything's fine. But recently it started to be sluggish. It kind of felt like an O2 sensor issue, like it was kind of like going and then would slow down and then go, that kind of feeling. And then so they took a deep dive into my car, and they're taking care of that, the check engine light, along with the smog and also an oil change, just standard stuff. So I have to sacrifice my car for a couple of days. When I do this, there's a whole process I have to do. One of the steps is I unload the car into my storage unit. Obviously at the mechanic, when they're having it for a couple of days, they leave it in their lot. Sometimes if it's in the middle of work, it'll be in the garage, but on some occasions, because some of this doesn't require going underneath, it's all on the top, they'll sometimes work on it in the lot at the particular mechanic I'm at, which means thieves and stuff like that can open the door and all that stuff. So anything of value I take out and I put in my storage unit. I actually clean it. I'm kind of ashamed of having a dirty car, and I figure, you know, they may sort of look at me or judge me for, you know, I follow like Reddit subreddits that are car and mechanics, and they take photos of someone's like center console full of cigarettes and sunflower seeds, and those always get the negative thing. So I always wash and just clean my car before I take it over, just because I figure if they have to clean or move anything to get what they need to get to, they're going to charge you for it as well, depending on who you go to. So I did that. So it's a huge process for me. And then because I had to give the car up for like 2 days, I stayed at a nice hotel where I'm at right now, and just kind of spoiled myself. So I'm only paying about 50 bucks a night. That's because I have miles for my credit card. So the past like 2 years prior to the pandemic, I had like 70,000 miles, and I only found out a couple months ago. I thought it was just for the airlines because I was planning this huge trip, but you can actually use the miles for hotels. They work with certain hotels you could use it as. I didn't know that, so I was like, oh really? So I was like, okay. So I turned my car in, and then I took everything over that I would immediately need, and got a hotel room. Just kind of, I haven't been in a hotel room probably for a couple of years, and just kind of spoiled myself, you know. Many of you guys I may be following, which is like 3. I lost my place during the unemployment issue. I eventually did get my unemployment, but I was one of many people that got stuck for 3 months in ID verification and lost my place, and then had to do the van life. So if you're ever stuck where you need to like sacrifice your car, there's a few mechanic issues. There's ones that happen suddenly, and then there's ones that happen gradually. Like your car still works, but you know, you're gonna need to get this fixed over time. Small oil leaks that eventually get worse and worse. So things that I do is you want to pre-plan for it. An oil leak, that could be done in a single day, but sometimes the mechanics have to keep the car for several days. And in those cases, you have to, you know, obviously if you're doing the van life, and if you're not in the immediate area of your family, you got to find somewhere to stay. So you may want to start setting aside money and budgeting for like things like hotels and motels and stuff like that. I'm paying less here at this like 5-star place than I would be at like a Motel 6, only because my miles are covering the rest of what the cost would be. But yeah, but that's the update. I had a plan to do this huge video project, but the issue I had was my car acting up. I was gonna go for this like 4-day thing and take care of something, and it just didn't happen. So I don't know. I plan on doing that, but we'll have to pick up on it in a while. But yeah, if you're having mechanic issues, make sure to set aside some money and get yourself a nice hotel, get some decent food, kind of treat yourself for a little bit. Hopefully that's in coordination with you being able to, you know, foresee what's happening and being able to plan it. But yeah, that's sort of my update and story right now. Anyways, thanks for listening, and whoever's out there, and take care and have a good day. Bye.